I totally forget that some people actually don't know what the crabs in the barrel is. And so, if you ever get a bushel of crabs or a barrel of crabs, right? Real crabs, crabs that are in the sea, in the ocean, right? If you ever get a bucket of crabs, what you'll notice before you go ahead and put them in your pot and put your Old Bay, your curry, and all of that in there to make your the crabs to eat, when you have all those crabs in the barrel, what happens is if you pay attention to the barrel, you'll notice that the crabs that are on the bottom, if you ever try to take one crab out, there's going to be one crab that's going to grab the leg of the one that's trying to come out.
No, the one that's at the top of the barrel that's about to get out, the ones that's in the barrel will pull that one back down so he won't get out of the barrel.
Yeah. And what we're saying is that this is that same crabs in the barrel mentality, that happens actually in real life. Tmoney and myself, we actually see that happening especially in the urban community specifically we wanted to talk about. Why is it that when one person's trying to get out, we try to pull them down as opposed to everybody just trying to get out?
Because everybody can't get out. So at the end of the day, the one that is getting out, they want to pull him back down because you ever heard that saying, people want to see you do good but not better than them?
Absolutely.
So that crab that's actually about to make it out the barrel is about to do better than them. And in a strange kind of way, that's actually false. But
it is.
You have
Why
to
do you say it's false? Because it's going to die, right?
Exactly. He's about to get cooked. But they don't know that. So the whole, you know what I'm saying? So the real situation is that they think that he's escaping. Just the whole mentality of the crabs. They don't know that they're about to get boiled and eaten. So the point is that in their mentality, they feel like this crab is about to be free. So they'll pull him back in and say, we need to be in prison with us than to be free. And again, that's just a bad way of thinking because if it was, just say for instance, if it wasn't a thing where you had to, if it wasn't a thing where you had to get eaten if you was a crab, that crab that left the barrel actually could be in a situation to come back and set more crabs free. And now I'm talking about in the real world. We use the statement as a prelude to what we're trying to explain to people, but now I have to be use it in a real context. Like saying, if a guy is successful and he's about to make it out the neighborhood, but then you have people in the neighborhood that'll try to keep him in that area and not help him progress. To let him leave the neighborhood and become better in life, he can come back to the neighborhood and take more people out, give more people opportunity, give more people information, give more people jobs. But the only way that can happen is if they release him from the barrel and not have that whole mentality against him while he's not only getting out the barrel, it's crabs that actually, and I'm going to stop saying crabs, it's people that actually left a situation like that, and the people that wanted them to stay in that situation still felt a certain type of way, even though that they left the harsh conditions. But instead of supporting the person in his endeavors of trying to do better, they would rather condemn him or make it seem like he thinks or he or she. It's not a gender thing. Just a person thinks that they're better than, or, you know, in a neighborhood, if you like nice things, they call you bougie. If you don't like to do things that's ratchet, you're not hood, you're not ghetto, which is all crazy because in life, nice things is not only predicated to white people, but in the hood they just believe that. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing wrong with wanting to do better and to drive nice cars and live in big houses. It's just it's all about, again, your economic education on how to obtain those things and then keep them and then and make more money. See, our problem is we would try to obtain those things, but we can't afford them. And then in the cycle of it all, it'll get taken from us. Thus sets off a chain reaction where you have bad credit, then you can't get nothing else no more. Then you are fighting an image that you have to upkeep and portray that's no longer yours anymore. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And I wanted to ask.
All of that comes from the crabs in the barrel mentality, though.
So let's say, let's tie in our conversation from last week to this week. Let's say, for example, there's somebody out there. Is it possible that someone wants to do something like open up a Roth IRA account, but they don't want to do it, or maybe people are going to make fun of them, like, oh, look at this dude, he's trying to open up a savings account or something like that. Is that possible? Because you ever notice that dumb. Sometimes when you're trying to do good, people make you seem like.
Okay, let me explain. Let me break this down to you. Let me break this down to you, and it's simple. Okay, in life, in the world we come from, in the world we live in, right? The things that's behind the scenes are the things that's going to change your life. The things that's in front of everybody is an illusion. Now, I say that to say this. Anyone that's listening to us and anyone that's paying attention and they feel like, they're inspired or they want to endeavor in certain things we're talking about, thus talking about the Roth IRA. When you open up a Roth IRA, for us, we're sharing the information. So we're using our platform to share information and give knowledge to the people that don't have it. We're not in the business we're into. If you open up a Roth IRA, you shouldn't be telling nobody anyway. It's a retirement account. So, and it's a good tax write-off for your money. So at the end of the day, no one should make fun of you of a Roth IRA because that's not something people should know. You shouldn't be running around telling people you have a Roth IRA if you're not sharing the information. Meaning, if you're sharing this information, that means you're giving it to people that's ready to accept this type of information. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So you don't want to just be bragging and, I opened up this Roth IRA. Yeah,
it's not a bragging thing because it's not, hold on. It's not a thing where it's money that you can show right away. So it's money that you're putting away. It's money for when you retire, you can do other things. So that's like saying you don't talk about your pension. You don't talk about your 401k. You don't talk. These really ain't things you should be talking about to people. Now, that depends on what type of circle you're in. Now, if you're in a finance circle and everyone is abreast to this information and have these same type of thought patterns, then there's nothing wrong with talking about it. But in the big scheme of things, that's just something that you and your kids would know about. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I'm glad that you actually just elaborated on that, because it is. I do see that does happen a lot. You do have to be careful of the type of information that you share with certain people. And I'm glad that you did break it down into circles. You may have a financial circle. You may have some people that you talk about with sports, or you may have people at the job, or people, so I like that you did break that down. So hopefully everybody gets that, because this crabs in a barrel or people bringing you down, a lot of it is our responsibility, and a lot of it is wrong information that we're giving to certain people. Like,
and you see, a lot of the whole information information thing is the thing that gets people in trouble, because in all reality, in all realms of success, information. Some people choose to keep the information to themselves. Some people choose to share the information. And sometimes people will get jealous of the person that's not sharing the information. And they'll know it because they'll say to themselves, well, how did he or she, transpire field and get successful, but now they're not bringing no one else alongside of them. So when you look at it, right, now I'm gonna say this, and this is just reality. When you look at two entities like Jay-Z and Puff Daddy, right?
Right.
Diddy, whatever. Jay-Z is aligning himself with a lot of people from his neighborhood, people from his culture, and he's turning them into millionaires, and Beyonce. And they're doing things to uplift their community and give opportunity. So their tree is branching out way faster and stronger. But then when you look at a guy like Diddy, it seems like he's keeping all the information and only cares about himself and now his children, to where the only people that's benefiting from him is like his family. So he has the information, but he's not sharing it with the culture. If you look at it, everybody that was with Puff died or is broke.
Or in jail.
Or in jail. So that goes against his account. So the only thing that tells you is he doesn't give the information of the success out. You look at Jay-Z, one of Jay-Z's best friends, Emery. He did all that time. He came home. He's running Puma. He's doing the hats with New Era. You look at Tata. He manages Rihanna. You look at OG Juan. He has the cigar spots. They have studios. They got Rock Nation Sports. You look at Guru. Me and Guru was friends. When I used to be in the Baseline Studios with them, me and him was kind of like really cool, whatever. Yesterday, I saw Guru DJing at the On the Run tour. So he took a guy that was just an engineer, and I'm sure he's getting millions of dollars, but he done mixed and mastered all Jay-Z's albums, but now he's DJing for the biggest tour in the world. So, and I'm pretty sure he's done all of Jay-Z's tours. So the information,
but is that
information, because that's saying, okay, we can make this money off of these budgets, and instead of me outsourcing it, I'm keeping it in-house. Now I'm making.
But does that have anything to do with the people, or does that have everything to do with, in this example, with Jay-Z?
Crabs in a barrel could be a rich person too. A rich motherfucker can have the crabs in a barrel mentality because they only want to be the only person rich. Don't think that a crab in a barrel is just a broke person. No, they have rich haters too. See, that's what people get it fucked up at. They think the biggest crabs in the barrel is the motherfuckers with the money, white and black, because they're keeping it from the community. So they're keeping people in that barrel. You see what I'm saying? And thus, again, like I told you with the Willie Lynch letter, that allows people to feel like the one person that does make it out, he gets hated on the most because the rest of them feels plighted and stuck in the barrel. So that's how it all. That's how it all manifests.
I never looked at it from that side, from the other side.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you look at something from one side, right? 9 times out of 10, all the answers is on the other side. And now I'm gonna give you a prime example of what I mean. If you are the type of person that things go wrong all the time, right? But you're constantly blaming other people, the answer lies